Hi, guys, and welcome to another Leadership University. My name is Caitlin Nally. I'm currently serving as the intern for the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life here at NKU. And today we're going to be talking about a topic that's a little bit sensitive, but definitely an important one. So, at one point or another, if we're being honest, we've all thought about dropping, whether we're talking about our sorority, quitting our job, breaking up with our significant other, whatever it might be. At one point, you saw something and you weren't sure of the value of it anymore. And so today we're going to be kind of unpacking why it is that you felt that way. Um, and yeah, we'll just kind of go ahead and dig in. So before we even start, let's go ahead and take a pause. First off, give yourself some credit. We know that you're doing incredible things in your organization. And this is just supposed to be kind of some structure to try and help out any way that we can be throughout this process. Um, So first up, we have a video from an organization that NKU has partnered with in the past. It's called Fired Up. And they made a video just kind of talking about the last time that they left something. So we'll go ahead and tune in.
I want you to think real hard about the last time that you left something. I don't know if it was a relationship or I don't know, you canceled your gym membership, you unsubscribed to something. There was probably a million reasons why you made it, right? But you actively made that decision. People don't just wake up one day and decide to leave fraternity or sorority. They think about it. And the most common thing that I've heard in all of my years in working with fraternity and sorority students about why students leave or disengage from our organizations is because, and I quote, I do not matter. My butt in this seat isn't important. I'm just another number. Or I thought I would have all these friendships, but I don't. Or I thought I would have all these friendships, and I have a couple, but they'll still be my friends whether I'm in this organization or not. And you're asking me to pay a premium price for what's supposed to be a premium experience, and it's not. Because that fundamental connection that I feel, that deep, visceral, meaningful relationship, I'll know you and love you forever connection that I'm supposed to feel with at least a pretty significant group of people in this organization, it's not there. How am I putting my people first? What am I doing to help them feel like they matter? Because that's the stuff of fraternity and sorority. Brotherhood and sisterhood is not intangible, it's actually quite tangible. It's palpable in how we feel about each other, how we welcome each other with open arms, and how we ensure that everybody feels like their butt in that seat is important, like their butt in that seat is important.
Awesome. So again, that was a video from the organization Fired Up. And I really liked a lot of what she said. So I kind of decided to help break this down a little bit and look and see kind of what she was talking about would look like. Um, for the remainder of this presentation, we are going to be kind of focusing on things that you can do to help keep retainability or like sustain that retention when we're talking about Greek chapters on our campus. But this can also apply to any organization you're in, any workplace that you're at, and just kind of looking into it. So first up, this is something that Fired Up believes in really strongly, and so do I on a personal level, but people join people. No one looks and says, I love that that organization has the color purple. I'm in. I am willing to pay hundreds of dollars to join the color purple. No, that would be ridiculous. People join because they see the kind of people that are in your organization and they either want to be more like them and grow into people that are like them, or they want to have similar experiences, or they have a lot in common already and they want to continue to build on that. So let's think back to why someone might first have joined your group. So like I said, they like the people. Maybe they, really connected with your philanthropy or the mission. So for example, if, your philanthropy was something, having to do with childhood cancer, and you met someone who had, faced childhood cancer in some aspect of their life, that's something that's really important to them. And that's a huge part of their story. Maybe they wanted to grow as a leader. We talk about all of the leadership opportunities that our groups will give members. They wanted opportunities for service. They wanted to be able to network and engage with other people. They wanted to grow personally, professionally, whatever it may be. There are tons of different reasons why people might look at our group and say, that's something that I want to join. The problem is go ahead and break it down. Number one, they really liked the group. Like I said, they really like the group. They want to be a part of the group. They like what the group stands for. And two, they want to benefit. You don't just join something unless you can see it playing a positive impact in your own life. So like I said, maybe they want new friends in their life. Maybe they want people to hang out with. Maybe they want to build up their resume. Maybe they, again, are looking for a job and they know that these connections will help them later in life, whatever it might be. There's really two reasons. They really like the group and they personally want to benefit from it. So why would they think that, right? I mean, we go into recruitment, or we're, going in our day-to-day lives, and anytime we're talking about our group in a PR, like a public relations manner, we paint this beautiful picture that, we hang out with our brothers and our sisters every single day, and they always have my back, and I get along with every single person so well, and they're always there for me, and they're so encouraging. We put our leaders on a pedestal. We say, like, well, my brother was SGA president. My sister was, in charge of all of the peer ambassadors. We highlight our leaders and what they've done. And it kind of gives the impression that everyone in that organization is going to be just like that and have those same opportunities. And as well, when we're going through this recruitment process, we kind of get this, high. Like I said, we paint this picture of, like, it's amazing. It's the best thing ever. You feel awesome every single day. I love my letters. I love this group. I love it. And then kind of reality hits. So I really like this quote that I found online. It says, sometimes we create our own heartbreaks through our expectations. Now, this in and of itself is very true, right? People get these ideas of what joining an organization is going to look like in their day-to-day life. And then it doesn't always live up to the expectations that they're creating in their own head. And that is one thing. But if it's not living up to the expectations that we have given our members, we personally painted this picture for them, and it's still not living up to that expectation, that's an entirely different kind of heartbreak. So the second point is that not only do people join people, but they also leave people. So what changed? I mean, we go from this crazy, crazy high, like, this is the best group ever. You're going to want to join this. Trust me, it's the best thing I've ever done. And then a month later, life hits. We get so busy and we get so caught up, and we have events to plan, and we have committees to be held, and we have to do elections, and we have to do this, that, and the other. Like I mentioned, our leaders are doing the leading. So, the things that need to get done, they're getting done, but a majority of organizational members aren't a part of that process. They join to be able to help out in philanthropy events and to grow as leaders. And while there are opportunities, we're not pushing our members to grow in those positions. We're not, enhancing them with the idea that they are capable of this and they should apply themselves in that way. Feeling like you're involved or invested in a project is going to make you, number one, a million times more likely to enjoy it. And number two, it's going to make you feel a lot more accountable for it, and it's going to make you want to do a better job with it. So making sure that we are providing those opportunities for service and leadership that we always promise people that we are. And not only are we providing those opportunities, but we're celebrating them when people are achieving. And we're highlighting all members, whether that is that they just got an internship or they got an A on that chemistry paper or whatever it is. We're celebrating our leaders. Like I said, the recruitment high kind of wears off, and people are blindsided by it. You fall right back into that habit of, like, I'm going to go to my weekly meeting. I'm not going to say hi to anyone, and I'm going to go home. And your new members show up, and they're like, this isn't, I was kind of promised Disney World, and I got like a Kroger parking lot. Like, I'm confused. So how can we fix it? Like, how can we go from Kroger parking lot to Disney World? So, first off, realize that when you're going through recruitment, you're making promises. So when you say that your sisterhood is amazing, that's a promise that you're giving someone else. And if that's not upholding, you need to do something about that. To continue to care as much about your members as you did when they were new. When you're going through recruitment and you're begging someone to join and you're trying so hard to sell all of the positive aspects of your group, and in the case of Sorority Life, you find out that they said yes to you and you said yes to them, and you spent months planning for them and stalking their social media and whatever it might be. and you're so excited, and bid day comes and you just cannot wait for them to run home to you, and you grab their sign and they run home and it's this big thing and you take all these pictures. You were celebrating them so hard, and that should not change just because they become active. The people that you care about so much, continue to care about them more than just the fact that they're numbers, or else that's all that they will feel like. 3, take the time to get to know your people. I can't stress this enough. I think you can't be friends with people that you don't know. Besides, their name or maybe their major. If you don't know what's going on in the day-to-day lives of your members, if they don't know you and you don't know them, then that's not a relationship. You're their boss. And that's not going to be conducive to any kind of sisterhood or brotherhood or whatever organization. So really take the time to get to know your members and have those conversations. If you're in leadership, I know that you can, kind of get caught up in being busy, but even if you just stay after a meeting a little bit, 20 minutes or so, and just pick one person to talk to, that's going to make an entire world of a difference. They're going to have someone that they feel like they can confide in, and you can reassess the chapter's needs just based on that one person and kind of see what you can do to help make a difference. 4, allow designated time and room for people to share. People need to feel like they have a voice in that organization, like their butt in that chair matters, like she said in the video. And this is good for that. So a lot of times we're like, anyone have any questions? Okay, no, awesome. And that's not allowing people to share. So asking those open questions, having open discussion time with your chapter, your girls or your guys or whoever it is, I promise you that they are feeling similar heartbreaks and similar successes right now. And it's important to give them the time to share what is going on in their day-to-day week, what is on their mind, what ideas they might have for the group, to kind of break that open. And actually, when your members do feel like sharing, listen to them and give them that time to talk, and don't shut down their ideas. Just be willing to listen, even if it's on a one-on-one basis. Even if just saying, like, having like maybe Starbucks hours that you're going to be in Starbucks, or once a month at meeting, we're going to spend 20 minutes and the floor is just going to be open. Obviously you can regulate it so no one like goes spewing crazy ideas, but just allow your members to feel like they have a voice, and they have a voice that is being heard. That's the most important thing you can do, is just be there and listen. Number 5, show people that their presence actually matters. So if you notice that members are maybe not showing up at events, or they come to meeting and they leave, it's because they aren't seeing the value in staying, or they feel like, well, what does it matter? I'll just pay that fine. But it should be so much more than just, if I miss this meeting, I have to pay a fine. It should be, if I miss this meeting, that this is not going to happen, right? And this person's going to be upset about that, and I want to be there for this person. Once you start building those relationships, people are going to be much more likely to show up, and not only to show up, but to be there and be active and be present and want to engage with others while they're there. Once we show people that this is their home and continue to show people, they're going to want to stay. Number 6, schedule social events that are not just photo opportunities. I get it. It's 2020. We want to have a lit Instagram. Pictures are totally okay. But if your sisterhood or your brotherhood or your organization social times, your mixers, are just turning into, okay, we're going to go take pictures and eat ice cream, or we're going to go dress in our PJs and take pictures. Some people don't like taking pictures. And also, that's not building bonds. That's not sisterhood. That's fake. And, in a year when we all laugh at what Instagram filters we're using right now, it's going to continue to be fake. And that's not there's no substance to that. And people are missing out when you do that. So when you are planning these social events within your organization, be intentional and figure out ways that you can not only, go bowling, but you can go bowling and mix it up and have people talk to each other and engage with each other, and not just for the picture. Cannot stress that enough. So kind of the moral of the story here, I mentioned that word a few times, but be more intentional with the time and energy that you're putting into your organization and your members. You cannot focus on growing as an organization and getting more people in if your members are just casually walking out the back door. Don't just care, show them that you do. That's the most important thing ever. It is so easy to tell someone, oh, I love you so much, and like, oh, I love my sisters, but what are you doing to make your sisters feel loved? What are you doing that is going to set your group apart? And when when your members do leave or they graduate or whatever it might be, they can look back and say, I know that this person cared about me specifically because of X, because of Z, because they checked on me when I had surgery the next day, because they knew that I had that interview coming up and they texted me, because whatever it might be. I know that my person cared about me, my people cared about me. Because like we've talked about in this, not only do people join people, but people leave people. And if they're not seeing the value in it, it's because we're not showing them the value in it. So that kind of wraps up the rest of my presentation. I'll go ahead and hop off my soapbox now. I hope you've learned something from this. Like I said, this isn't supposed to be anything critical. This was just kind of supposed to be me sharing some insight that I've had as a communication studies leader and an organizational leadership minor, and also just being inspired and watching this great community grow so much. I've been able to kind of see from a more administrative perspective what works and what doesn't work, and also as a member of a sorority, I think we all know how it feels to feel like something's missing and feel like everyone else has friends but you, and everyone else is getting more out of this than you. And so this hopefully will kind of give you some tips and some tools and some tricks to be able to use in any aspect of your life. Again, like I said, in your relationship, romantic or friendship, in your career, whatever it might be, making people feel important is just about the most important thing that you could ever do. And I, again, hope that you learned something. If there's anything else that you have any questions about, or if you have any ideas that you'd like to share, the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life can always be contacted either on our Facebook page, which is just the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life, or on our social media, which is NKUFSL. We are always open for a conversation. And other than that, I hope you have a great day. Thank you again for watching.